Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to Soulmate's Twin Flames Tarot. In today's pick a card reading, we will look into what your person honestly wants with you. But before we get started, we do want to thank you for all your comments, for sharing the videos, and for the super thanks you've sent in. But most of all, we want to thank you for allowing us to be part of your journey. And if you're interested in looking at your personal journey, we have over 30 years experience doing private readings. And there is a link in the description below and pinned to the top comment on how to make arrangements for personal readings with us. We are doing more of a deep dive today into your situation, so we will ask several different questions for this reading. First of all, we'll ask what is the current energy around you and your person. Then we will look at what do they honestly want with you. And then we'll look at what actions you should be taking right now. We'll also try to get some timing for you so that you can see when your relationship with your person may move forward, or if you're in no contact situations or broken up from your person, when contact or reunion might be happening. And we'll also look at some messages from your person. Please remember, this is a general reading for the collective, so not all of it will resonate with everyone watching today. You're all in different situations. So please just take in what resonates with you and release the rest to the universe. For today's pick a card reading, we have 3 selections for you. Pile number 1 is the card on the left. Pile number 2 is the card in the middle. And pile number 3 is the card on the right. The timestamps are below in the description and pinned to the top comment, so you can go directly to your reading. So let's begin your journey today. I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. In today's pick a card reading, we will look into what your person honestly wants with you and your connection, regardless of the current circumstances between the two of you. Please remember, this is a general reading for the collective. Not all of it or all the messages that come through will resonate with you or your situation. So please take in what speaks to your soul and release the rest to the universe. We're doing a deep dive today into your situation. So we're doing things a little differently. And if you missed the introduction, because many of you like to go directly to your reading, we're asking several different questions today. So first, we're going to look at the current energy around you and your person. This will include their thoughts, feelings. Then we'll get into the actual topic for today's reading, which is what they honestly want with you. We're also going to look at what actions you should be taking right now. We're going to try to get some timing, but it's important to remember that timing is not set in stone, as it can be fluid and dependent on factors going on in both your lives. Also, the timing we get may not be linear timing, but divine timing. But we are going to put some effort into that and try and get that for you. And we're also going to finish this out with messages from your person. So let's get right into this reading for pile number 1. Let's see. For pile number 1, what is the current energy between pile number 1 and their person? What is going on between pile number 1 and their person? Pile 1's person's thoughts, feelings. Let's see what's going on here for pile number 1. This is the Knight of Swords. So that is the air signs. If you or your person have sun, moon, or rising in Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, that can be a place of validation for you. It does not have to be for this selection to work for you at all. Let's get right. What else for pile number 1? What is the current energy around their situation for pile number 1? This is the Hierophant. So that is Taurus. What else for pile number 1? Current energy around their situation for pile 1, their thoughts, feelings, intentions. This is the Hangman. So that is Pisces with the Hangman. What else for pile number 1? The current energy around their situation. This is the 3 of Pentacles. What else for pile number 1? The current energy around their situation with their person for pile number 1. And this is the Knight of Cups. So that is the water sign, so Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. If you or your person have sun, moon, rising in Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, this can also be a place of validation for you. Okay, so I do feel for some of you who selected this pile today, pile number 1, with this Hangman being here, actually probably for most of you who selected pile number 1, I do feel that your situation with your person is probably stuck. It could be stuck in a rut. It could be at a stalemate. There's no movement. things could possibly be stagnant between the two of you right now. Now, that can include people who are dating someone or in a relationship. It can also include those who are in no contact situations or situations where your person is running or ghosting, as the case may be. Okay, now, this Knight of Swords, your person is thinking about you. You're definitely on their mind. And for those of you who are in no contact situations with your person, they are thinking about what they want to say to you. They are thinking about communicating. They are thinking about reaching out to you, especially as we're in the holiday season right now. I do feel that you may get some communication from them. Now, this Hierophant, as I said, this is Taurus energy. So Sun, Moon, Rising in Taurus, but also the Hierophant is about tradition. It's about traditional relationship. It's also about faith, okay? We have all the religious symbols here in this window. This is about faith, but it's about tradition, traditional relationship. So I do feel that your person is thinking, they're thinking about a traditional relationship with you and what that would look like. Now, traditional relationships are different for everybody. So it could be planning a family. It could be moving in. It could be getting married. It could be getting engaged. So please just take what resonates to your situation and release the rest to the universe. Now, with this Three of Pentacles, your person does think that you make a great team together. They think that you would work very well together as a couple, and perhaps for some of you as well, you work with your person or you've worked with your person in the past in terms of your jobs, but also this can be about the two of you working together in the future. Perhaps you want to have a business with one another. Okay, please just take what resonates, let the rest go. Now, this Hangman, though, the Hangman is someone who needs to see things from a different perspective. And so I do feel that for those of you who are in periods of difficulty with their person, where there's no movement, if there's no contact, if they're running, if you've been apart from one another for a while, your person is going to be able to start seeing things from a different perspective. See the light there shining into their head. But it's also about someone who is willing to make sacrifices. And in this regard, it's about your person seeing, knowing, recognizing perhaps that they need to make compromises with you, that they need to be more willing to make and reach compromises with the two of you so that you can work together in your relationship, okay? Now, this Knight of Cups, this is someone who thinks about love. They're very romantic. They do romantic things. It's someone who wants to pursue you, okay? It's also someone who does have feelings of love. They express themselves through their words of love, okay? They think about love all the time. The only thing is sometimes with this Knight of Cups, especially with this Knight of Swords being here, they can be emotionally immature. And the Knight of Swords can be someone who is emotionally detached or presenting themselves as being emotionally detached. Perhaps they're denying the connection. Perhaps perhaps they're running. But with this Hierophant being here, it still tells us that they do want to see where this relationship with you can go long-term in terms of a traditional relationship. So thinking about love, someone who's also perhaps denying the connection. The Knight of Cups is someone who would accept the connection. So if we go across here, we start off with someone, this tells a story. Remember, I always say this tells a story. Perhaps your person is denying the connection, but they also know that they see that there's a long-term potential here between the two of you in terms of a traditional relationship. They see that they need to make changes. They see that they need to get this situation between the two of you unstuck. Make compromises so you can work with one another, and then they will present themselves to you as a romantic partner. Now we're going to use the Shadowscapes Tarot and see what your person honestly wants with you, pile number one. So let's see for pile number one, what does their person honestly want with them? For pile number one, although we have that here on the top row, sometimes Spirit does that, but we always manage to figure it out. So let's see what else for pile number one. What does their person honestly want with them for pile number one? This is the Three of Cups. What else for pile number one? What does their person honestly want with them? We have the Moon. That is Pisces, more Pisces energy. What else for pile number one? What does their person honestly want with them? The Two of Cups. I love this Two of Cups card so much in this deck. It's really pretty. Let's see what else for pile number one. What does their person honestly want with them? For pile number one, this is the Four of Cups. What else for pile number one? What does their person honestly want with them for pile number one? And this is the Fool. The Fool. So, pile number one, what your person honestly wants with you. So, I do feel that this Three of Cups can be about several things. It can be about celebration. It can be about doing something social together. It can be about having a date night, but it can also be about reunion, okay? So, if you are apart, if there's no contact, separation between the two of you, the Three of Cups does tell us that there can be a reunion here between you. We also get that with the Fool card. The Fool is someone who is taking the relationship to the next steps. The Fool is at the beginning of their journey and they're getting ready to take a leap of faith and create change in the situation. Okay, so they do want to continue this journey with you. It's also about a fresh start, new beginning. It's about something from the past, representing itself and coming back around. Now, the Fool is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is the planet of unexpected things. So when things start to shift and change between you and your person, when your person comes forward to present themselves as a romantic partner after this period of being stuck, I feel that they could come in just boom out of nowhere, and it will be very surprising to you, okay? Because you probably will not expect it. You haven't expected it, especially in long periods of no contact situations. And I know some of you are in long periods of no contact situations because I see that in the comments. And yes, we do read all of our comments. So for those of you who are new to the channel, please leave comments. We do read them. We do respond as quickly as we can, okay? And we do welcome your comments, your thoughts, and your suggestions. And we also welcome your ideas for any future pick-a-card readings that you may have as well. Now, this Two of Cups, what does your person honestly want with you? This Two of Cups is a union of hearts. Two people coming together to create a romantic union. Now, I feel as well for some of you, this could be a soulmate connection. The Two of Cups can be a soulmate connection for some people. That can be a place of validation for you. Now, with this Moon card, I do feel like your person dreams about you. I also feel that the two of you have a strong intuition with one another. They see you as someone who is very intuitive. Okay, but with this Knight of Swords, this can also be someone who has not been fully expressive of themselves, their feelings, their emotions. They're keeping their emotions hidden, but that's changing. That's changing. They're going to be more expressive of themselves and more expressive of their emotions. Now, this Four of Cups, this can be about someone who has been emotionally detached, as we talked about with this Knight of Swords. But the Four of Cups is about, well, it's about an opportunity that's in front of you that you haven't seen or that you haven't been willing to see, perhaps through denial, perhaps through rejecting the connection. But with this Hangman, they're going to be able to see things more clearly. So they're able to see the forest through the trees. They're going to have this sense of clarity, being able to see things from a clearer perspective. And what has been in front of them is you. And if they have ignored the connection, denied the connection, run from the connection, ghosting, running, no contact, whatever the situation is, they're going to be able to see it a lot more clearly, which is why they want to create this union with you, union of hearts, union of souls. Remember, we do have the Hierophant. This is someone who wants to have a traditional relationship. All right, so for pile number one, let's see what else we get here for pile number one. What does pile number one's person honestly want with them for pile number 1? Obstacles. Okay, this is about them breaking through the obstacles that have been here in your connection and in your relationship, because they're going to have a breakthrough. They're going to be able to see clearly. They're going to have an epiphany. They're going to be willing to make compromises with you and present themselves as a romantic partner with this Two of Cups, to allow this connection between the two of you to come together, to get to the place that it needs to get to. So let's see what else for pile number 1. What does pile number 1's person honestly want with them? Experiencing life as it comes. This, I feel, is about them not necessarily creating some sort of overt action and taking that action. This is about them allowing things to develop naturally and organically between the two of you, okay? But experiencing life as it comes requires them also being able to see things from this clearer perspective. This is also very much like the Fool card. It's about breaking free from whatever is holding you back and being ready to experience life, experience love, and taking this leap of faith with you. Okay, pile number 1, I do feel like that is the energy of this reading here for the two of you. I feel that there's a social invite coming from them soon. I do feel that they're going to be able to be more expressive of themselves and their emotions. Remember, this Two of Cups is right here in the middle. So what do they want with you? Where do they honestly want with you? This is about them wanting to build a relationship. And I do feel that that can happen, definitely, for some of you watching this today. They're going to be able to see things a lot clearer. And instead of turning around and turning their back, or perhaps not being fully present in this connection, in this relationship with you, they're going to create a fresh start, new beginning, and be more willing and open and emotionally expressive of themselves in regard to you and your connection. So let's see what else. No, now we're going to move on to what actions should you be taking, and then we'll look at some timing. So for pile number 1, what actions should pile number 1, and I'll use pile number 1 people or pile 1 people because that is you. What actions should pile 1 people be taking right now concerning this situation? Father healing. Your personal power increases as you give any father-related issues to heaven. So perhaps if you have issues, unresolved issues with your father energy, your father figure, perhaps now is the time to heal those if they are unresolved and if they are unhealed. Again, please just take what resonates and let the rest go. Not everyone has father issues or daddy issues, okay? So let's see what else we get for pile number, because this could actually be impeding your relationship from moving forward. Okay, pile 1 people, this, if you have issues that you haven't resolved from childhood perhaps, or teenage years with your father, and it's unhealed, this is about healing that, because it allows you to heal. And that can actually be creating some obstacles here in this connection with you and your person, preventing it from moving it forward, keeping it stuck. Let's see what else we get for pile number 1. What action should pile number 1 be taking right now? Stay optimistic. Your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. So sometimes it's always darkest right before the dawn. And I know some people are very frustrated with their connections, with their person, with their relationships. And sometimes we react emotionally and say, I'm done, I'm quit, I'm tired of this, and that's okay. But make sure that any decision that you make is a logical decision and not an emotional one. Many times people make emotional decisions and then they can regret those emotional decisions. Reacting emotionally or overreacting emotionally is not a good thing, because sometimes that can do irreparable damage to a connection, to a relationship. So if you're ready to move on from this person and ready to move on from this connection, make sure that you do it from a logical place. Make that decision with your brain, with your head, not with your heart. because we don't want to make an emotional decision, because sometimes emotional decisions can create negative impact to ourselves, our lives, and our emotions later on. So this is asking you to stay optimistic, okay? Your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. And if things are really hard right now between you and your person, if you're dating in a relationship with them, if things are, you're feeling like perhaps you're going through a dark night of the soul, remember, it's always darkest right before the dawn, right before things change. That's when it always seems to be the darkest. So let's see what else we get for pile number one. What should pile number one be taking right now? What action should pile number one people be taking right now concerning this connection? Happiness. Find your happiness. Your happiness is within yourself. Yes, I know it's hard to be happy when we're having emotional problems with our person, with our connection, and it's been long periods of no contact or separation with them, and it can really be heartbreaking and create a lot of heartache. But finding that happiness within yourself, if you just can find a few minutes of happiness every day, it will uplift you. It will raise your vibration, and it will put you in a much happier place and a much happier state of mind, which is going to help you stay optimistic. Okay, pile number one. Now we're going to try to look at some timing for this situation for you and your person. I'm going to shuffle them here because they're really thick, and I don't want to mess up. What I perceive at the moment is a very neat pile. Let's see, or a very neat reading for pile number one. Do we have timing for pile number one? Can we get any timing for pile number one concerning the situation between them and their person? Now, this timing could be when you're going to get communication from your person, when the relationship between the two of you will start moving forward, okay? So let's see for pile number one. What timing do we get for pile number one? This is judgment. So that is really anniversary energy in this situation, okay? So look at your own individual situations and think about what anniversary energy would be. Perhaps it's a birthday, perhaps it's a holiday, perhaps it's an anniversary of their birthday, or your anniversary of when you first met, or your first date, or went out with one another. Judgment is always about, well, it's anniversary energy to me, but it's also about something coming back. It's something resurrecting. It's about renewal. It's about regeneration. It's about things changing for the better. Again, very much like this Fool card. It's about something from the past representing itself. So that's why I say, look at your anniversary energies around your birthdays, around their birthday, perhaps your first date, and so on. Let's see what else we get here for pile number one. What else for pile number one? What timing? Do we have any timing? Well, that was the Ace of Cups. This to me is the springtime, okay? Now, I'm doing two timings because you're all in different situations and different scenarios, okay? But the Ace of Cups is very much attached to spring, the spring equinox. And the spring runs from Sorry, my brain is going faster than my mouth is trying to go faster than my brain. And that's not going to work here. So, springtime from March 21st to June 21st is the time that I consider spring when I'm doing a reading. Okay, pile number one. All right, so anniversary energy or in the spring. Now, if any of you are in the southern hemisphere, it's springtime for you now, right? I think maybe. Don't really know, but I know that they're opposite of us. So if we're in winter, they're in summer, perhaps, okay? So now I'm going to use some message cards so we can see what pile number one honestly wants with you. These are messages from your person directly, time apart. Some distance will help bring clarity. Okay, that card flew out, and that card is actually perfect for this situation. Remember, I said I do feel that your person with this hangman is trying to gain some sort of clarity. They're trying to be able to see things clearer. They need a clearer perspective as well with this Four of Swords to be able to see what is in front of them. Okay, so if you are apart from your person, I do feel that that is very much what this card is saying here. Again, with these message cards, it's really important that you take only what resonates and let the rest go. What else for pile number one? What else for pile number one? Messages from their person concerning what they honestly want with them. Awakening. Someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. And this does make sense as well with this Judgment card being here and this Drifter card. It's also about a spiritual awakening. Again, as well, though, with this Hangman, being able to see clearly, being able to see things from a different perspective. And for those of you who are in with this Two of Cups, as we mentioned earlier, soulmate connections or twin flame connections, that is very much about spiritual awakening. And sometimes your situations are taking as long as they take because one or both of you are having to go through a spiritual awakening. And the thing is, without that spiritual awakening happening for both of you, both you and your soulmate or your twin flame, your partner, your divine counterpart, that relationship does not have the spiritual, emotional, and mental stability to be able to last long term. Okay? And so with this father healing here, I just got the message from the universe that I'm hearing. This is also about them healing, your person healing. Perhaps it's the divine masculine within them that needs to heal. And perhaps that is why things have not been really moving and grooving between the two of you, because we do have a sense here that things have perhaps been stuck. But as things heal and as we kind of move through time here, your person is healing. They are able to see things from a clearer perspective. This will allow movement to happen between you and your person. Okay, pile number one. What else for pile number one? What messages from their person about what they honestly want with you? Rejection. This rejection is actually divine protection. Now, I don't feel that this is talking about future rejection for most of you, but the rejection that perhaps you have experienced and what you're feeling right now. And we did talk about in the very beginning that I felt that some of you could have been rejected by your person with them denying the connection because they have not been ready. So if they're not ready, as I said here with this awakening card, to embrace the connection and take it to the place that it needs to be, then the connection will not work out long term. So in a way, you're having, this is a trade-off. It's taking longer because the person, your person, needs to grow. They need to heal. They need to evolve. They need to become the person that they can be, the person that you deserve and desire in terms of a romantic partner. So many times it's divine protection when a relationship kind of goes into a state of limbo or stalemate or breakup. Okay, pile number one. Also, we just put out a video on Monday, yesterday, about why your twin flame reunion is taking so long, or why it's taking too much time. I'm going to put a link for that in the description and pinned to the first comment as well. Let's see what else for pile number one. Mastery. You've learned the spiritual lesson. Okay, so you have learned the spiritual lesson, pile number one, and perhaps you're still learning your spiritual lessons, which is really what is required of all of us in our lifetimes. It is why we are here. We're here to have spiritual lessons. Okay, pile number one, and you are still learning. You are still evolving. Okay, so I do feel that this is as well further confirming what we're seeing here in this reading about how your person needs to grow spiritually. Okay, now I'm going to use our deck of Divine Masculine Soul Messages. We do have this deck for sale. I'll put a link for that in the description as well and pinned to the top comment. It's really important with these messages that you only take what resonates and let the rest go. Some of them will apply to everyone. Some of them will only apply to those in no contact or separation situations. Okay, and it doesn't really have to be divine masculine, although I do feel we have a lot of divine masculine energy here in terms of your person. Okay, so let's see what else we get here for pile number one. What messages from their person about what they honestly want with you? You really were the best thing in my life. And they know that you still are. I need more time to figure things out right now. And that's what they're doing with that hangman and that Four of Cups. Let's see what else for pile number one. The day my life changed forever was the day I first saw you. Do you feel that's very true for many of you? What else for pile number one? What else for pile number one? And I dropped one, so I'm going to grab it. I feel so connected with you. Even though we're miles apart, I can still feel you, like you're sitting next to me. You are always with me. Now that spiritual connection here, there is telepathy between the two of you. There is empathy between the two of you. So you will feel one another, okay? You will feel and experience one another's presence, even though you are apart and even though you may not be in each other's lives right now. And for those of you who are together with your person or dating this person, I do feel that you and your person is feeling the energy between the two of you as well, because there's a very strong energy here between you and your person. I feel so connected with you. You really were the best thing in my life. The day my life changed forever was the day I first saw you. So I do feel that your person is growing and they are evolving. I do feel that they do want to have a partnership with you. They are what they honestly want with you is a partnership. They have to get past themselves. They have to grow spiritually in order for this to happen. They need to grow spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. Okay? This is your reading for today, pile number one. Thank you so much for watching and allowing us to share your journey. And if you'd like to look at your personal journey, a link with details for getting private readings with us is in the description and pinned to the first comment. Also, we'd like to ask if you take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate all of you so very much. Blessings of peace, love, and light to everyone watching today. Have a great day, everyone. Hi, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. In today's pick a card reading, we'll look into what your person honestly wants with you and your connection, regardless of the current circumstances between the two of you. Please remember, this is a general reading for the collective, so not all of it will resonate with everyone watching today. You're all in different situations, different scenarios, so please take in only what speaks to your soul and what resonates with your situation and release the rest to the universe. We are doing things a little differently today. We're going to do a bit of a deep dive into your situation. So we will ask several questions in this reading, and I did present these in the introduction, but I know that many of you just go directly to your pile selection. So first we're going to look at what the current energy is around you and your person, and then we will look at what they honestly want with you, which is the topic for today's reading. What actions you should be taking right now concerning the situation between you and your person of interest. We're also going to try to get some timing. Now, it's important to remember that timing is not set in stone, as it can be fluid and dependent on factors going on in both your lives. Also, the timing we get may not be linear timing, but divine timing. But we're going to try our best to figure some of this out for you. And then lastly, we'll look at messages from your person. So let's get right into this reading for pile number two. What is the current energy between pile number two and their person? What are pile two's person's thoughts, feelings for them? The current energy between pile two and their person, their thoughts, feelings, and intentions. Let's see here for pile two. This is the Tower. What else for pile two? What is the current energy around pile two and their person? This is the King of Wands. So that is the fire signs. Sun, Moon, Rising in Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. If you like to use astrology signs to validate your pile selection, it does not have to be for this pile selection to work for you. What else for pile number two? The current energy, their person's thoughts, feelings, intentions. This is the Knight of Pentacles. That is the earth signs. So that's Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. What else for pile 12? Temperance. That's Sagittarius, And this is the Page of Cups. So that is the water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Okay, so I do feel for some of you that selected this pile today, you may be in breakup with your person. The Tower can be about a breakup, but it can also be about a breakthrough and a major change, a major shift happening in your connection, in your relationship with your person. Okay, the Tower does not always have to be bad. It can also bring in, see, we've got these birds here. They're heralds of change. Change is happening. Things are shifting and changing in your connection with your person. But for many of you who selected this pile today, I do feel that you probably have been through a difficult breakup with your person, or you're currently in separation from them now, perhaps no contact, and that Tower could have been a difficult breakup for you, okay, that you've had to deal with and that you're still dealing with. It does not have to be a breakup situation for this pile selection to work for you. Now, we do have Temperance here. Temperance is a very spiritual card. It tells us, first of all, that there is divine guidance around your situation. And there is healing in this connection with you and your person. And perhaps there's healing for your person as well. We do have the butterflies here that imply change and transformation. But the Temperance card is about a very deep spiritual bond between you and your person. I don't know if you can see, but this cup has fire, this cup has water or ice. That is the blending of your souls, the blending of your divine essences to create alchemy. And alchemy is a union of souls. So I do feel for some of you who selected this pile, number 2 today, this can be a twin flame connection. It can be a soulmate connection. It is a spiritual connection, a divine counterpart connection. So please just take what resonates with your situation. That can be a place of validation for you. Now with this Knight of Pentacles, this Knight of Coins, perhaps your person or perhaps you as well at the moment are very focused on work, job, financial security and stability. But this Knight of Pentacles is also someone who thinks about long-term with you, okay? And they're thinking about that now. I feel that this is something that is on their mind. Now, the King of Wands is someone who's very passionate. There's a lot of passion here in your connection, whether you're together now, dating, in a relationship, or whether you're apart, in separation, no contact situations. The King of Wands definitely feels a lot of passion. But the King of Wands is also someone who takes action. And when they are ready to take action, they will move like lightning speed, like the lightning that comes crashing from this tower here. The King of Wands is also someone who expresses themselves through their actions, more so than their words. The Knight of Pentacles is someone who will express themselves through their words and perhaps even through gifts as well. The Knight is someone who thinks. The King is someone who takes action. Knights are air, kings are fire. So this is literally fire of fire. It does not get any hotter than that. Lots of passion, lots of sensuality between the two of you, okay? But it's not just about that. This fire is also about the spiritual connection that exists here between you and your person. And perhaps your person has an awareness that there is this deep spiritual connection between the two of you. Now, this Page of Cups, I do feel if you have not heard from your person or if there's been no communication, no contact, I do feel that it's very possible to be getting contact and communication from your person coming up. And this Page of Cups is also about the deep intuitive connection that exists between you and the person you're asking about today. And it is about the love that is here between you. There's a deep connection. There's a deep empathy and telepathy between the two of you. Okay, so now we're going on to the next part of the reading. I'm using the Shadowscapes Tarot for that. This is Crystal Visions Tarot. This is the Shadowscapes. And we are going to look at what your person honestly wants with you. Before I go on, though, I do want to mention that with Temperance, things take a little bit more time to develop. They take a little bit more time to unfold. Although the King is going to take action, when they're ready to take action, they will move it along. But with Temperance and this Knight of Pentacles, it is asking for additional patience on your part for things to develop, to get to the place that perhaps you want them to get to. I know that I am a broken record saying patience over and over again. But when we have these spiritual connections to someone, and I do feel for many of you that selected this pile today, it is a spiritual counterpart, divine masculine, divine feminine connection, okay? There's two places of that here. Things do take time. Things won't move quickly because you're each having to go through spiritual growth. We posted a video on Monday about, is your twin flame union why is your twin flame union taking so long? I'll put a link for that in the description and pin to the top comment. We do release twin flame videos every Monday and Friday morning. And many of you who watch the pick-a-cards may not be aware that those videos are there. So I will link that for you specifically because it's why your twin flame union is taking so long. So we'll get right into the next part of the reading for pile number 2 to see what they honestly want with you. For pile number 2, what does their person honestly want with them? For pile number 2, what does their person honestly want with them? This is the Ace of Wands. Again, about that spiritual connection that's here. All this fire from the Tower, fire from the King of Wands, fire from the Ace of Wands. It's also about, again, it's about this passionate connection that's here. And your person, even if you're apart right now, could possibly even be fantasizing about you in terms of that passion. Okay, so let's see what else for pile number 2. What does pile 2's person honestly want with them? This is the 7 of Swords. What else for pile number 2? What does their person honestly want with them? This is the Fool. What else for pile number 2? What does their person honestly want with them? This is the Queen of Cups. So again, that's the water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. What else for pile number 2? What does their person honestly want with them? And this is the 8 of Wands. This Ace of Wands is about renewal. It's about a fresh start. It's about a new beginning. But it's also about this spiritual connection that's here between the two of you. So for those of you who are apart from one another, this is about coming back together. It's about creating a fresh start, creating a new beginning, an opportunity, representing itself to move this connection forward. And for those of you who are with your person at the moment, this is talking about taking your connection to the next level, whatever that next level is for you, whether it's becoming exclusive, turning it into a relationship, planning a family, take what resonates and let the rest go. Now, this 7 of Swords, sometimes the 7 of Swords can be a card of deception, but it's also about long-range plans. And it's about playing the long game. So what does your person honestly want with you? They want to create long-range plans. This is long-term goals, long-term plans. It's about putting a plan in place. Now, this Fool, the Fool is about a fresh start. It's about a new beginning. It's about taking a leap of faith and allowing this connection to come together and do what the universe, the people upstairs, your angels and guides want this connection to do. Now, when it happens, it will come swiftly. It will come quickly because the Fool is ruled by Uranus. And Uranus is the planet of unexpected things. And I will say this, right now, Uranus is on the move and it is doing some crazy things right now, creating a lot of upheaval like this tower can create in the world, but also creating change. This tower is about creating change in the situation between the two of you to get it to this place of spiritual union, like this temperance card shows us. This Queen of Cups rules the emotional realm. So the Queen of Cups is someone who is dreamy. They're very intuitive. They're very caring, nurturing, supportive, giving. They also understand their person better than anyone has ever understood them. So your person that you're asking about, this is how they see you. They want to have this connection with you. This is about establishing a loving connection. So we have here a spiritual connection, a physical connection, an emotional connection. Okay, that is what is building here between the two of you, and that is what this person, I do feel for some of you that selected this pile today, this is what your person wants, honestly wants with you. Now this 8 of Wands, look at all those dandelions. Now this isn't the wish card exactly, however, because I'm an intuitive reader, I also see images on the cards that give you messages. So make a wish and you fulfill what they wish for as well. Pile 2 people, okay? But this 8 of Wands, it's about things moving. It's about things shifting and changing. So although we do have Temperance and the Knight of the Knight of Pentacles here, Temperance and the Knight of Pentacles, and I said things may take a little bit longer to develop, to unfold. That could just be the shifting part of this, okay? Where your person preparing, putting a plan in place, figuring out what they're going to do. And when they have made that decision, we have 4 actually, very powerful cards of intense energy and intense movement happening here in this connection in terms of what your person honestly wants with you. We have the Tower. It's about swift and sudden change. The King of Wands. They're not going to sit around. They are going to move and groove. We have the Fool. Something unexpected is going to happen. And we also have the 8 of Wands, which is about sudden and swift movement. Okay. This 8 of Wands is also about two-way communication. So if you haven't had communication from your person in no contact situations or periods of separation, break up with them, ghosting, running, as the case may be, this 8 of Wands is about two-way communication, not one-way communication, where you're reaching out to them and they are not responding. So I do feel that two-way communication is coming up between you and your person. This is a very powerful reading, Pile 2 people. This is very powerful, okay? So let's see. We'll get some more information here about what Pile 2's person honestly wants with them. Intentionality, their intentions. They are going to follow their intentions, okay? That's what this Eye of the Needle card is about, this intentionality card. This intentionality card, this Eye of the Needle card, intentionality, it is about clarity and it is about positive outcomes. But it's also about, well, I always like to say, this is the eye of God, the eye of the universe, whatever it is for you. So I do feel that the divine is at present in this connection, in this relationship. The universe is trying to guide and direct it. This card means a positive outcome, whatever that positive outcome is for you. Pile 2 people. Okay, so let's see. We'll grab another card here. For pile number 2, what does their person honestly want with them for pile number 2? Surrender. This is about surrendering. Again, this is a very spiritual connection. This is about, well, it says sky dancers, those dragonflies. Perhaps dragonflies are an important symbol for you. Perhaps they're an important symbol for your person. Perhaps they're an important symbol for your connection. But this is really about them surrendering to this connection and surrendering to the universe and allowing this spiritual connection between the two of you to come together. There is still work that they have to do to get there. But as well, pile 2 people, I feel that this is for you surrendering as well. You can't control it. You can't change it. You can't shift it. You can't pull them out of a ghosting situation or a no contact situation and get them to communicate. They're going to do it when they're ready to do it. Okay? So this is about surrendering as well for you to the process, to the universe, and to what's happening here between the two of you. So now we're going to go on to the next question, and we're going to see what actions you should be taking right now, pile 2 people. What actions should pile 2 people be taking concerning their person and this connection? Morning affirmations. Say positive affirmations each morning to open the gates of manifestation. Positive affirmations, but these are positive affirmations for you. These are positive affirmations for you. Not so much about, I want us to come back together affirmations, but this is about you. This is about positive self-care, raising your vibration, raising your energy, positive self-love, taking care of yourself and your own spiritual growth and evolution and awakening. Okay, pile 2 people. Let's see what else we get here for pile 2. What action should pile 2 be taking right now with their person? Music for manifesting. To manifest rapidly, think of your desire while you chant, hum, sing, or play music. Well, this is interesting because says open the gates of manifestation. Music for manifesting. So find what music really resonates with you. Pile 2 people. Find some music, play that music. Sit and write out what it is that you want to manifest. Remember, I said we have these dandelions here, and I still like to pick them up and blow them. So pick up a dandelion, blow that dandelion, make your wish to the universe. This is about manifesting what it is you want, okay? What it is you want in your life besides your person. I understand that you want your person, but also about perhaps getting a new career, changing jobs. Perhaps it's about something else. Perhaps it's about moving to a different home. Perhaps it's about taking a holiday, taking a vacation, as this 8 of Wands can suggest. Okay? So find the music that resonates with you, put that on, and write out what your wish is to the universe and allow that manifestation to happen. So what else for pile number 2? What actions should pile number 2 be taking right now concerning their connection with their person? Actions for pile number 2. Letting go. Spirit guardian of autumn, letting go. Now, this does not mean letting go of your person, and it does not mean letting go of your connection. It really is more validation about surrender. Surrendering to the process, surrendering to the universe. There is very strong evidence of divine guidance in this connection and in this situation between the 2 of you. We are going to look at timing in a minute, but it probably is also under the divine timing of the universe. This is about surrender. Again, you can't control what is happening in this dynamic between you and your person. You can say affirmations. You can say prayers. You can manifest, sit and manifest what it is you want in your life for you, other things besides your person. What would make you happy? What is it that you want? Okay, throw those wishes out to the universe. All right, so we're moving on to the next part of the reading now, and we're going to look at timing. This deck is really thick, so I'm going to shuffle it here, and we're going to see if we can get any timing for you, pile 2 people, about communication, about contact, about your person representing themselves and showing up, so we can see if there's going to be movement in this dynamic between you and your person. So let's see what timing we get here for pile number 2. What is timing for pile number 2 and their person? What is timing? Any possible timing here? This is the King of Wands, again with the King of Wands. The King of Wands. So that is sometime during one of the fire signs. So Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. We do have, well, we're in Sagittarius right now. So it could also be Leo or Aries coming up as well. But this King of Wands, again, it's really important to remember this King of Wands, when they are ready, they will take action and they will move this and they will push it along. They're not going to sit and wait once they've gone through this process. There's a lot of movement cards in this reading. And once you surrender and let go, that releases your hold and your control on it. And that's where the miracle happens. Okay, that's where the miracle happens. It gives the universe room to breathe. Let's see what else we get for timing. Let's see what else we get for timing for pile number 2 and their person. Well, the Fool. Again with the Fool. Didn't we have the Fool? Okay. The Fool is expect the unexpected. I did put 2 timings out. Okay. So, because you're all in different scenarios, different situations. Now, again, with this Fool, isn't that a beautiful Fool card? It is so beautiful. This deck is so beautiful. It's from Turkey. But I said expect the unexpected. So, I do feel that for many of you, this is under the divine timing of the universe. But it could also be while Uranus is on the move. Uranus is actually on the move right now. I can't tell you exactly what it's doing. I'm not an astrologer. But you can look at some astrology pages and see what Uranus is doing, because it is creating some change. It's like the Tower. Boom, out of nowhere, like the 8 of Wands. Change is happening. The Ace of Wands, change is happening. 2 King of Wands, change is happening. But I do feel for some of you it is going to change under the divine timing, divine guidance of the universe. However, I do feel for some of you, you could get communication, or you could move this relationship, your person could move this relationship along when we are in one of the fire signs. So that's Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Now I'm going to use some message cards. We're going to get some messages from your person concerning what they honestly want with you. It's important with the message cards, though, that you just take what resonates and let the rest go. They will not apply to everyone or every situation. So what else for pile number 2? What does their person want to say to them? Obsession. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. Take what resonates and let the rest go. And this could be you. Some of you, pile number 2, which is why we say surrender here. Obsessing about the connection, obsessing about the relationship is not going to be helpful in the long run. It's really hard to get your twin flame or your person or your soulmate off your mind, especially if you are in periods of separation from one another, okay? But this is really about letting go, letting the universe, letting divine guidance, and letting your person, and having faith in those things as well. So what else here for pile number 2? Passion. Try something you've never done before. And we did get that there's a lot of passion in this connection with your person, with the Ace of Wands and the King of Wands being here twice. What else for pile number 2? Fate. This is a destined partnership. And we do feel that because there is a strong spiritual undertone to this connection. Marriage. This relationship is moving towards sacred union. Now, for some of you, that could include marriage. Well, not everybody wants to be married. It could just be long-term commitment for some of you as well. But that is the general energy of this reading in terms of like what they honestly want with you. What your person has to do is work through their stuff. They have to go through their spiritual growth to be able to fully embrace this divine counterpart connection with you. Now I'm going to use our message cards. This is Divine Masculine Soul Messages. These are for sale. I'll put a link for them in the description and pin to the top comment as well. It's really important with these message cards, again, that you only take what resonates and let the rest go. And it does not have to be divine counterpart relationships, divine counterpart connection for these soul message cards to work for you. Let's see what else we get here for pile number 2 from their person. I didn't see the truth about this connection for a long time. I was blindfolded. Now I finally realized it is you. It was always you. You are the one. And that actually makes so much sense. There is a recognition here from your person that there is a strong spiritual connection and that you are the one for them. Let's see what else we get here for pile number 2. I left you before you could leave me. I have abandonment fears. Again, take what resonates and let the rest go. If you're dating or in a relationship, that doesn't apply to you. This more applies to those who are separation or no contact situations. And perhaps abandonment fears is something your person is having to work through. Perhaps that's why this 7 of Swords showed up. Your person is needing to work through their abandonment fears. Perhaps you have abandonment fears as well, pile number 2, okay? And if you have abandonment fears, it can leave you stuck in a cycle of obsession, okay? So let's see what else we get here for pile number 2. You really were the best thing in my life, and you still are. The day my life changed forever was the day I first saw you, okay? So pile number 2. I do feel that your person is aware that there's a spiritual connection here between the two of you. They need to grow, they need to evolve, they need to learn. Okay, pile number 2, what does your person honestly want with you? I do feel for many of you, they do want a long-term relationship. They know that this is a spiritual counterpart connection. They know that fate and destiny is attached to this connection and to this relationship with you. But they're having to grow and evolve. And some of you have to really let go of thinking about this connection as much as you do and surrender to the universe. The people upstairs do have this under control. There's divine timing in this situation, but you can also expect the unexpected. Although some of you could also see change in your dynamic when we come into one of the fire signs, which is Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, okay? This is your reading for today, pile number 2. Thank you so much for watching and allowing us to share your journey. And if you'd like to look at your personal journey, a link with details for getting private readings with us is in the description and pinned to the top comment. Also, we'd like to ask if you would take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate all of you so very much. Blessings of peace, love, and light to everyone watching today. Have a great day, everyone. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. In today's pick a card reading, we will look into what your person honestly wants with you and your connection. And that is regardless of your current circumstances that are in the situation between the two of you right now. Please remember, this is a general reading for the collective, so not all of it will resonate with everyone watching today. So please just take in what speaks to your soul and take in what resonates with you and your situation and release the rest to the universe. We are doing things differently today. We're going to do a deep dive into your situation. So we will ask several different questions for this reading. For those of you who didn't watch the introduction and went straight to your reading, what we're going to do is look at the current energy around you and your person in terms of their thoughts, feelings, intentions. And then we will look at what they honestly want with you, okay, which is the topic for today's pick a card reading. We'll also look at what actions you should be taking right now concerning the situation between you and your person. And we're going to try to get some timing. Now, it's important to remember that timing is not set in stone, as it can be fluid and dependent on factors going on in both of your lives. Also, the timing we get may not be linear timing, but divine timing, but we're going to do our best to get some timing for you today, because I know some of you have been waiting a long time for your situation between you and your person to change. And then finally, we'll get some messages from your person. So let's get right into this reading. For pile number 3, what is the current energy between pile number 3 and their person? What are pile 3's person's thoughts, feelings, and possible intentions here with pile number 3? Let's see, pile number 3, what is the current energy around your connection? This is the 8 of Wands. What else here for pile number 3? Current energy around the connection. Well, that's too many. What else for pile number 3? Current energy around the connection for pile number 3. This is the Sun. What else for pile 3? What else for pile number 3? This is the Ace of Cups. And this is the 5 of Swords. What else for pile number 3? current energy around this connection for pile number 3, their thoughts, feelings, and intentions. And this is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. All right, pile number 3, things are changing. Things are shifting, they're changing. If they have been stuck, if there's no contact, if they're ghosting, if they're running, if you are apart, there's change happening in the situation and in the dynamic between the two of you. Now, this Ace of Cups, this tells us about the love that exists here in this connection between you and your person. Okay. And even if you are apart and even if there is no contact, there is still this sense of love here. But the Ace of Cups is also about the rebirth of love, the rebirth of the connection, a fresh start, new beginning in the connection between the two of you. Now, I do feel for some of you, your person may, with this 5 of Swords being here, I do feel your person may have denied the connection, they've run from the connection, they're ghosting, they're having trouble with their emotions in regard to you, and that can cause them to ghost. It can cause them to run. I do feel that when the two of you met, the connection between the two of you was very intense. And we get that with this 8 of Wands. Perhaps things really develop quickly. And when you have a strong connection to someone, such as a soulmate or twin flame, things can move, well, not can, but they will move quickly. It's just the nature of the connection. It's like you feel so comfortable, you feel so familiar with this person, and so you just want to be with them and talk to them and spend as much time with them as possible. And each of you could be seeing the future in front of your eyes in terms of where you want to take the connection, which is long-term, especially with this Sun being here. But sometimes that can be too overwhelming for one of you. And so perhaps that's what this 5 of Swords is about. Perhaps the connection was too overwhelming. It was moving too fast. They felt that things were getting away with them. They were really feeling their emotions. They were feeling this connection. And it felt better to them than anything they ever felt before. But, oh no, then we have this fear that comes in. And I feel that for some of you that selected pile number 3 today, they have had a fear-based reaction, and perhaps they are in separation from you. Perhaps they are ghosting you. Perhaps it is situations of no contact. But with this Wheel of Fortune here, it tells us that things are changing. They're going to change. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune is the wheel of the universe. It tells us that the universe is in constant motion. It's constantly click, 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 click. So what is down comes up. What is up comes down. The wheel of fate is in constant motion. So I did use the word fate. So I do feel that the connection with you and your person does come with a sense of fate and destiny attached to it. Okay, now the Sun is a soulmate indicator. It's the fulfillment of all things. For many people, the Sun is the best card in the deck. Okay, and it is about fulfillment. It is about union. It is about reunion. It is about having a family with one another. Take what resonates and let the rest go. I understand not everyone wants families, but it is about two people coming together to create a fulfilling, balanced, harmonious union with one another. Now, with this 8 of Wands as well, if you are in a situation of no contact with your person, if they're ghosting or running, the 8 of Wands does tell us that there is communication. The 8 of Wands is about communication, okay? And not one-way communication where you're communicating with them and they're not responding. The 8 of Wands is about communication going back and forth. The 8 of Wands can also be about a trip. Perhaps you and your person, if you're dating or if you're in a relationship with them right now, or the two of you are planning some sort of trip to a place that's sunny and warm coming up here in the very near future. So let's see. We're moving on to the next part of the reading. For this part of the reading, I am using the Shadowscapes Tarot. I will put all of the names of the decks used in today's reading in the description below. So for pile number 3, what does their person honestly want with them? For pile 3, what does that person honestly want? For pile 3, what does that person honestly want? with you. This is the Seven of Swords. What else for pile number 3? What does their person honestly want with you? This is the Knight of Wands. So that is the fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. That can be a place of validation for you. Let's see what else for pile number 3. What does their person honestly want? And this is the Two of Cups. This showed up for one of the other piles as well. In the exact same spot. And I love this Two of Cups in this deck. It's so beautiful. Let's see what else for pile number 3. What does their person honestly want with them? This is the Eight of Wands. So 8 of Wands twice here, here and here. What else for pile number 3? What does their person honestly want with them? And this is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, this is crazy. Okay. It's crazy, but okay. Wow, that happened a couple of weeks ago, I think, where many of the cards on the bottom and the top were the same. But that's okay. Obviously, Spirit is trying to tell us something with this. All right, so the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords can be about deception, but in this case, I feel that this is about your person wanting to make a plan. It's about putting plans in place. This is about them wanting to play, and not really playing games, but I call it the long game, where things won't move swift. They were moving swiftly before, perhaps too swiftly for some of your persons, okay? So I do feel that they are wanting to make plans to put things in place that can develop more naturally and organically with the two of you, where things won't go zooming along. Although we do have the Eight of Wands here twice. So things could go zooming along again if they've put the brakes on and you're dating or in a relationship, and, you know, perhaps things are a bit stuck between the two of you at the moment because they were going too fast, or if you've been apart from your person because, as we talked about in the beginning, perhaps the energy was just too much and too overwhelming for them. It can become overwhelming again. Pile 3 people, okay, it could become overwhelming again. So it's really important for you to allow things to develop and unfold here, with this Wheel of Fortune being here twice, naturally and organically, with the divine timing of the universe. Now, that is not your timing for this reading. I am going to throw some separate tarot cards for that in just a bit. Now, this Knight of Wands is someone who wants to take action. There's also a lot of passion here. They're very passionate about you. They have sensual thoughts. They have passionate moments. They may think and reflect and take trips down memory lane about the passion that exists between the two of you if you're in separation or apart from one another. But this Two of Cups, what do they honestly want with you? This is about them wanting to build a relationship. It's about them wanting to build something that has long-lasting sustainability. It is about two people coming into union. Union of hearts, union of souls. So this can be a soulmate connection between you and your person. Now, this Eight of Wands is here again, and this Eight of Wands is a really pretty card because it's got these dandelions. So this isn't the wish card, but I do feel that this is saying for you as well, pile number 3, to make that wish, throw that wish out to the universe. Fate and destiny are at work in your connection and at work in the situation between the two of you. Now, with this Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands being here and the Sun, this also tells us that your person honestly wants to travel with you, have new adventures, go different places, do different things, have some new experiences, whatever those experiences may be for the two of you in terms of your connection. But they also are thinking about where they want to take this connection with you, which is to this place of union. It is to this place of partnership. It's what they're thinking about. Now, the Knight of Wands, Knights are air, and then the Wands is fire. So this is air of fire. So your person is thinking about where they want to take this connection. But when they have decided and figured out where they're going to take this connection, although it may be a long-range plan about where they want to take this connection, they're going to move, zoom, 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 to get it to that place again. And remember I said, I feel that if it starts to go too quickly, and you've been in a place of separation, or you're apart, or no contact, or even if the situation between you and your person has been a bit stagnant, for those of you who are dating or in a relationship with someone, it's really important that you allow things to not move really quickly here. Because if they move too quickly, they may either blow up or fizzle out again, and we don't want to go through a period of crossroads, stagnation, stalemate, or limbo again with your person. Right, pile number 3? So the universe is at work in this connection. Fate and destiny is attached to it. And again, this is about two-way communication with this 8 of Wands. Two-way communication between you and your person. If there's periods of no contact between you and communication is going to start with them, it will not be just you initiating with them and them not responding, but two-way communication. So now let's see what else we get here for pile number 3. What does pile number 3's person honestly want with you? Pile number 3. Balancing act, dances on one foot, balancing act. They do want to restore balance to this connection with you. They want a balanced, harmonious connection moving forward with you. And we talked about that with the Sun, one that is fulfilling, one where each of you are giving and receiving equally in terms of this connection. So let's see what else we get here for pile number 3. What does pile number 3's person honestly want with them? Many masks, the authentic self. So I do feel what this is telling us is that your person is going to be more authentic. They're going to be more authentic with you in terms of allowing themselves to let down their guard and express themselves, express their feelings, express their emotions. Explain their plans to you, what plans they want to put in place, whether that is plans for where they want to take the relationship. Again, we do have this 2 of Cups, or plans for travel. When you have a spiritual connection with someone, it is really important to not wear a mask. Part of the challenge is to just be your authentic self. And for some people, it can be hard to be their authentic selves. And so they wear a mask. But this is telling us the mask is coming off. One of my favorite Rumi quotes, take off your mask. Your face is glorious. I love that Rumi quote so much. I don't know why, but I just do. So this is really about them being more authentic with you, allowing you to be more authentic with them, being vulnerable with one another, expressing yourselves, letting down your guards, and truly getting to know and experience the inner core and the depth of each other from a soul perspective. All right, so now let's use some more cards, and we're going to see what actions you should be taking right now concerning the connection, the situation with your person. For pile number 3, what should pile 3 people be doing right now concerning this situation? It says pay attention. Notice repetitious signs and your inner guidance, as this can yield valuable information. So this is saying, look for signs and synchronicities. Pay attention. Whatever those signs and synchronicities that may be unique to you and your connection, whatever that is, hearing songs that remind you of them, hearing songs that are your songs playing over and over, perhaps it's seeing TV shows or movies, perhaps it's seeing their name. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities right now. Your angels and guides are trying to speak to you concerning this connection and yourself, okay? So perhaps as well, the signs and synchronicities that you're going to be getting are about you, for you to take care of yourself, for positive self-care for you and positive self-love for yourself as well. Perhaps you're being guided to take a trip by yourself right now or with friends. It's about you taking care of yourself. See what else here for pile number 3. What actions should they be taking right now concerning this situation? Blessed change. A major life change brings you great blessings. Okay, I'm just going to leave that right there. I don't need to talk about that. You guys know what that means. Change. A major life change is coming that brings you many, many blessings, okay? So things are shifting. Things are changing. Things are going to be happening. And once they start happening again, they may start happening quickly. So it's really important for you, pile 3 people, to stay grounded. And if you have to, set boundaries, because we don't want this to zoom off the edge of the cliff, okay? So let's see what else we get here for pile number 3. What actions should they be taking right now concerning their person? Acceptance. Starry night, acceptance. And I do feel that this is more so about accepting how things are developing and growing and evolving between you and your person. They may not be moving as fast as you want. They may be some stops and starts along the way, but this is also about surrendering to the universe, surrendering to the divine process, surrendering to what is happening in this connection with you and your person, okay? So pay attention, accept, and surrender, and be aware that there is a major life change coming into your life that's going to bring you blessings, okay? And it may not be about your person. It may be a job. It may be a promotion. It may be something that's happening with a friend or family member. So just be aware that things are going to be shifting and changing in your lives. Pile 3 people. Now we're going to try and get some timing for this situation between you and your person, pile number 3. Remember I said it may be linear, it may be divine timing, and we're going to see what we can make out of this. And let's see for pile number 3. This may be timing for when there's communication. It may be timing for when you recognize that they're taking their relationship or taking the connection forward with you or getting back together, okay? So for pile number 3, if you're in separation from one another. So let's see for pile number 3, what timing can we expect for pile number 3? This is the Ace of Wands. So for some of you, I feel that that could be the summertime. The Ace of Wands does attach to summer, the summer solstice. June 21st is the summer solstice for me, but it could also be one of the fire signs. So it could happen during fire sign time. So Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Okay, timing can be in one of those signs, or it can be during the summer. If you are in the Southern Hemisphere, I do feel it's summer for you now, if you're watching from the Southern Hemisphere. So what else? Let's do this again. I'm going to get several timings here because you're all in different situations, different scenarios with your person. Let's see what else. Give us another timing. Could we have another timing, Spirit, for things changing in this connection for pile 3 and their person? The Ace of Swords. Now that is fall. It could be the fall equinox, September 21, all the way through the winter solstice, which is December 21. But it could also be one of the air signs, which is Libra, Aquarius, which is coming up, or Gemini. It could also be telling us that it's in a sequence of 1. Perhaps it's 1 month. Or perhaps it could be on the 1st of something, okay, on the 1st of the month. Right, so, but I do feel for many of you, because we do have this Wheel of Fortune here 2 times, I do feel that things are unfolding and changing in your connection with your person under the divine timing of the universe. I'm going to use some message cards now, and it's really important with these message cards that you just take what resonates and let the rest go. You're all in different scenarios, different situations. So what else for pile number 3? Concerning their person, time apart, some distance will help bring clarity. And I do feel probably for many of you, you are apart right now, but it is bringing clarity. It is allowing them to see what it is that they want. In this connection, a new love or recommitment to love is developing. So I do feel that this is really more so about a new commitment to the connection between the two of you. Although perhaps for some of you, you are ready for a new person to come into your life. Just take what resonates and let the rest go. Mastery. You've learned the spiritual lesson. I do feel that you perhaps have learned a great deal of spiritual lessons from this journey with this person, and perhaps you have mastered many of them. Your person is still learning, though. Pile number 3. What else for pile number 3? Protected. You are safe and divinely guided. See, there's that divinely guided again. I do feel there is divine guidance, divine protection around the connection with you and your person. And I do feel as well that it is calling for divine timing for some of you in regard to this connection between you and your person taking next steps in your connection with one another. I'm going to use some divine masculine soul message cards here. Next, and this is our deck. I will put a link in the description and pin to the top comment on how to purchase these cards if you're interested. It does not have to be a divine masculine situation for these cards to work for you. They are message cards. Now, they do apply more so to people who are in separation from one another, although it doesn't have to be, okay? Again, it's really important with the message cards to take what resonates and let the rest go. So what else for pile number 3? What else for pile number 3? What messages from their person concerning what they honestly want? I feel so connected with you. Even though we're miles apart, I can still feel you like you're sitting next to me. You are always with me, and I do feel that that is the strength of the connection that's here between the two of you. What else for pile number 3 about this connection? What they honestly want. I know what we have is something really special. I will never find anyone like you ever again. That's why I feel so stupid for letting you go. Again, this is for people who are in separation or no contact situations from their person. There's a recognition that it's something really special, though. I just can't love anyone else anymore. Probably very true coming from your person, because there is an awareness that there is a very deep, special, unique love and connection here between the two of you. Let's see what else we get here for pile number 3. What else for pile number 3? Their person's messages. My biggest regret is letting you go. Again, take what resonates and let the rest go. What else for pile number 3? What do they honestly want with you for pile number 3? You don't know this, but even after all this time, I still care deeply for you. I wish I could just tell you this. And you know what? With that 8 of Wands being there, they will tell you. Especially with this 2 of Cups as well. They will tell you. They'll express themselves, they'll express their emotions, and they will express their feelings. This 2 of Cups is very powerful. It's about a union, a coming together. There's divine guidance around your situation, pile 3 people. A blessed change is coming into your life, right? Pay attention to the signs from the universe. This is your reading for today, pile number 3. Thank you so much for watching and allowing us to share your journey. And if you'd like to look at your personal journey, a link with details for getting private readings with us is in the description and pinned to the top comment. Also, we would like to ask if you would take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate all of you so very much. Blessings of peace, love, and light to everyone watching today. Have a great day, everyone.